me this evening. We're going to have a great time. I have a hot topic just for you tonight. And it's asking the question, where does self-esteem come from? And a lot of people, ask that question, where does self-esteem come from? And today we're going to, talk about some things and pinpoint where self-esteem comes from. But anyway, my name is Gertrude J. Chapman, and I serve individuals who are struggling with self esteem, a lack of confidence, and not seeing their self worth. But all of this is getting ready to change. Like I said, you're going to find out some things that you may have had questions about in the past. And after this masterclass tonight, you're going to learn some things that you may have been struggling with. So there's keys here. There's important keys here that I would like you to take a hold of. And I promise you, it will change your life because you're going to have some aha moments, during the course of this master class. And you're going to say, aha, I always had, a question about this, that, and the other. And at the end, I have a fantastic uh, package deal. It's a bundle. It's a BOGO, as a matter of fact, that will help you, you know, um, build your self-esteem, build your self-confidence, and get to really know your value. So if you're ready, before we, get into it, if there's someone that you feel that needs to hear this teaching tonight, tweet them or, text them and let them know to turn into this live broadcast here. And so we could cover some things that maybe they even have questions about. So if you're ready, let's get started. And like I said, we're talking about where does self-esteem come from? And inquiring minds, they really want to know, where does that come from? Was I born with it, or is something I grow into, or, just exactly what is self-esteem and where does it come from? So we're going to uncover some truths that will propel you over those stumbling blocks that you may even be going over right now, or maybe something in the past, or, something that you're going to face later on. But we're going to get a complete understanding, of exactly where does self-esteem come from. So are you ready? Each person develops an image of themselves. They either get it from people, experiences, situations, circumstances, their environment, ourselves, family, school, teachers, friends, disciplinary actions. You know, it's a number of things where people develop self esteem from. Those are some of the things, but then there's other situations and circumstances, bad treatment, things that people went through that's not really good, but it helped them to identify with something that was going to be detrimental to them later on. Some of those bad treatments are shaming, being, bullying, shaming, um, aggressiveness. Somebody was, really aggressive toward them, or they're being screamed at all the time. Their parents or whoever it may have been, they always were screamed at. And a lot of these things begin in the formative years of a person's life. And these things could have a major effect on how people are about themselves, their self-esteem level, their self-confidence level, or even their worth. Sometimes people don't even think they're worth anything because of the things that they went through. They start identifying with those things. And and this is another teaching, for another time when I talk about, how to not identify with your situations and circumstances. That's not who you are. It's just something that you went through. It's an experience, something that you could, help others who may be going through something because you have gone through it. And you could tell people exactly, how to come out of it, how it felt, how to overcome that, and that they're not the only one. Because a lot of times when we go through certain things, we feel like we're the only one, and it only happens to us. But that's not true. Another form, something that forms a self-esteem is a lack of discipline, where children run wild. People run, teenagers, they run a while, and they're not, taught the right things. They're not put in check. They just do whatever they want to do. And so they grow up this way. Um, Another one could be showing no attention or love toward. Maybe you are a person that people didn't show you any attention. They kind of shun you. They didn't show you any love. You know, everyone else was receiving the love, but you didn't receive that love that you were seeking. And another one could be abandonment. You were abandoned, and this affects a person as they grow older and mature. Or maybe you're a person that have been rejected. But like I say, these things don't have to last forever, because now you see things that could have shaped your self-esteem. But you can change. This doesn't have to be your final sentence in life. This is not necessarily your lot in life. You can do something about it if you are determined to do just that. Now, I know that it may be difficult to, reflect on some of these things, but you can no longer allow this form of hindering, a form of, of low self-esteem or low self-confidence, a lack of confidence, or having no value affect your progression anymore. You can't allow that anymore. You have to make up in your mind and determine that enough is enough. In the formative years, this is a time when a person is strongly influenced for the rest of their lives. And many of these things came when you were going through your formative life, your formative years. Nothing is final. There is hope. And you have hope. There's there's a lot that plays a part in your inner image development. And at the end of this masterclass, like I said, I'm going to introduce you to some of the materials that can help transform your life. A transformation, getting to the root of something. That's what a transformation is. It's not just a surface thing. Surface only, takes it away for a minute, for a little while, then it's back again. But you have to desire that you want to be transformed, that you no longer want to live in this trap called low self-esteem or lack of confidence or not seeing your value. Now, in childhood, these situations have a strong influence on your self-esteem. Okay. Number one, what you hear. Number two, what you speak about yourself. Number three, what environment that you are surrounded with. Number four, what you observe. Number five, what are the actions toward you or others? Number six, what you think. Number seven, what people say about you. Number eight, what you're saying about yourself. And that has more of a concrete form of belief in what you say about yourself. It's not what others say about you that really affects you, but it's really what you answer to, what you think about yourself. Number nine, what you have accepted to be true. You can't agree with everything somebody says about you. You have to know who you are, and you have to know that for yourself. So that's why, I have this package deal that, I put together where I teach people, you know, be unapologetically you. Live your truth. Be truth. Be authentic. Be who you are. Say you are in your heart. And if you got off track with that, I'll show you how to get back on track. What you think about yourself has more of an impact on you than what someone else says about you. And that's the honest truth. What you think about yourself. Because you could block out what somebody else says, but that inner talk, that self talk that goes on, in your mind as you're going throughout your day, that's what you need to be conscious about and check that and put it in its right perspective. All of these points here can lead to self defeating behavior. Now, you may say that you're going to do one thing, but your mind is telling you that that's not possible. That's why you have to be authentic with yourself. Authentic. You can fool other people, but you cannot fool yourself because your subconscious mind will show up every time. The good news is that you can change your direction. Just make a decision that allows for no turning back. There's hope. And it doesn't matter how long. All that matters is that you start anytime you want. This is your time to make a change, to make that transformation. Now, I'm going to describe a few scenarios that I want you to see in a different light. Maybe you have observed this kind of behavior in others and you felt offended. But allow me to help you to understand what may have happened to someone as a result of a self esteem issue. And I know a lot of you could identify with this, with these things. I'm going to show you four scenarios. The first one, a person may avoid someone or something because it reminds them of some sort of pain that they experienced in the past. That's why we can't pass judgment because we don't know what others have gone through. Just like others don't know what we have gone through. And people avoid things or they avoid people because something happened in their past and it reminded them. And they don't want to be in that same situation again. I know this has gone on in my life. And I say, I get out of this, I'm never going to be in that same situation. And I kept my word to myself. To myself. I avoid it at all costs. I'm going to deal with it. But you're not going to find me back in that same situation. Learn to say no. Learn to not be so quick to jump into something or to agree. Number two, a person may seek attention, looking for affirmations. Do you ever, see people who are always seeking attention because they're looking for affirmation? Remember those things that we went over, in the beginning of this master class. Because of rejection, because of abandonment, because a person, maybe authority figure has told them they're never going to be anything, they're never going to make it. There's nothing good about them. So now they always, looking for affirmation. They're seeking attention. Their past may have been being rejected. So there's always a reason why people act a certain way. That's why we have to, be knowledgeable and not turn people off or not just, get angry with them or upset with them or, brush them aside because you never know what caused a person to act a certain way. And of course, they're coming to you that way, but deep down inside, they're really hurting. They're really going through, and it may even be you. You might be the one that's always seeking attention and, affirmation and want people to affirm you and different things of that nature because you've been rejected. You've been talked down about. The next one, a person who is overly passive, you know, they're overly passive. And people might even say they're lazy. But that person may have always been made to feel small and that they weren't significant, like they had nothing to offer because of what they heard somebody say about what they heard somebody say to them. And then they start believing it about themselves. Or maybe they other people were being praised. And after they had done all the hard work, they didn't get the recognition or the accolades or anything of that nature. And that could really affect the person. That's why we have to be mindful how we treat others. Because we wouldn't want others to treat us that way. So always be mindful and always look beyond people's faults to see their needs. Just like, we expect people to do to us. The next one, a person who has an addictive personality. Now, these people, they use food, they use money, they use alcohol, they use shopping as a thing of comfort. These things become their friends. These things become, their comfort. Their how would you say, the blanket? You remember on the Peanuts? They always had Linus always carrying the blanket. Well, so are these people that have an addictive personality. You know, they fall under these categories. Any one or more of these categories, because they're trying to erase or they're trying to cover up and forget about things. So they attach themselves to something and they overindulge in that thing. And I have friends right now who are overindulging in certain things. And it's not healthy, but and I have one that really explained, why, she does a certain thing that she does. And she knows the answer. She knows. And she's trying to, break away, but she's taking her time because, it didn't happen overnight. So sometimes people, need space to, you know, let go, let go of these things. So we have to understand because, you know, these activities become a person's happy place because of something that they're going through. That's self-esteem. Where does self-esteem come from? Now let's talk about a healthy self-esteem. Okay? Taking care of our inner self, our bodies, our minds, our emotions. Okay? That's one way to take care of our inner selves, protecting ourselves from those things on the outside that's going to cause a disturbance to us on the inside, using wisdom to guard ourselves against these things. Number two, stand on what we believe. Be true to ourselves. Okay? Don't you don't have to agree with somebody else if they're not even agreeing with you. You stand on what you believe and be true to you, even if you have to stand alone. Number three, tell yourself it's okay to be you with your own uniqueness, your abilities, and the way you do things. It's okay to be you. You don't need to be a carbon copy. You need to be just who you are. And if a person don't love or like who you are, bye bye. Oh well. But learn to love yourself and learn to take a stand, even if you're standing all alone. You know, it's okay. Get to know the true you, not the one you pretend to be or what someone would like you to be or what someone expects you to be. You be the best that you can be. There's no need to compare yourself to others. If you need to compare yourself to who you were yesterday and try to be better than yesterday. That's all. Because we're unique. We may be doing the same things or seem like we're doing the same thing in the same industry or whatever, but we all have a unique twist to whatever we're doing. We all are different. We all have a different heart print. It's like everybody have a different, fingerprint. You have a different heart print. The passion in your heart, it beats, your heart beats at another rate than what, somebody else's heart beats at. And we're talking about passion here. We're not talking about regular heartbeat. Okay. Number number five, excuse me. Love yourself and treat yourself good. Okay. You have to do that. You have to love yourself. Love the skin that you're in. Love you. If nobody else loves you, you love you. Okay? We're not talking about pride, we talk about love. This is having a healthy self esteem. You only have one life to live. Live your life to the fullest. Be the best you that you can be. Leave a legacy for generations to come. And I've got one bell. Teach people how to treat you by, and you know how they learn how to treat you? By how they see you treating yourself. That's a healthy self esteem. You just don't present yourself any kind of way. You just don't, wear any kind of thing. You just don't do any kind of thing. You don't do that. Fix yourself up. Straighten yourself up. You just be the best that you could be, and that will teach people how to treat you. It's not about what you say about yourself, it's what other people observe you doing about yourself. Now, and I know we talked about a lot of things here, and I hope that I have brought some value to your life by, explaining to you where self esteem comes from. And like I said, there's many people, there's countless people out there that's going through issues in their lives with low self esteem, lack of confidence, and not seeing their worth. Everybody has value to their lives. And you heard me say this on, different master classes and everything. And that's why I put together this special package. Um, it's called Going from Zero to Hero. That means building yourself up. And it's how, let me hold it up so you can see, how to increase your self esteem using self talk quotes. Because, like I said, it's not about what others say about you, it's about what you say about you. In that self talk, it's about what you say about you. that really matters. Let me hold it this way, a little bit for the light, okay? It's about what you say about you. And when you're practicing self talk, you're talking to yourself. You're hearing yourself say these things about yourself. And that's a great self esteem, self confidence, self worth booster. And so that's what this book is about. This book, and then it comes with an affirmation chart. And it says, My daily decorations. And this will teach you, both of these items here will teach you how to build yourself up by speaking these affirmations into your life daily. And it may not even be once a day, it could be many times as you need it. And then for all walks of life, it's just not for, the moms, at home moms, or the single moms, or, the family mom that, she has kids, she has a husband, she has a job, the career woman, the entrepreneur. It's for everyone because everyone goes through different things in their lives that challenge their self esteem, their self confidence, and their self worth. And these tools right here will help someone, build themselves up when they're going through that trying time in their lives. So, and you will be able to order those tools online right there on this page, on the video page in the descriptions. And it's only for two. Matter of fact, it's BOGO month. Buy one, get the other one free. And it's $17.95. Buy one, get one free. And so that's all I have to say tonight, share with you tonight. You know, where the self-esteem come from. And if you have any comments or any questions, put them in the comments below. And I'll answer them as I see them. Or, go to my website on my Shopify store, building your inner image products.myshopify.com. And that also will be there where you could purchase the book and where you could get in touch with me because there's other things on that website. There's blogs, there's articles on that website. There's, the history of Turning Point Enrichment on that website showing you, uh, what was the passion? What's the drive for doing what we do? Okay. What's the drive there? And it will show you um, the passion that's there. Where I had a passion, finding solutions because we all have solutions that are on the inside of us. And that's another masterclass for another time. But it'll show you those things and how many people we have helped through our conferences, our workshops, through um, the different seminars and the groups that we have together. We do many different things besides coming on social media and writing books. I'm involved in many different things, many different platforms that will help me reach those who needs that boost in their lives. So with that being said, I hope that what you have heard has brought value to your life, and drop me a line and let me know what we could help you with here at Turning Point Enrichment. And until next time, remember, this is your time, this is your season, this is your turning point. Have a great evening.